So Thomas Reamer, you are the founder of tc88.com. Can you tell us a little bit about the website and what inspired it?
Yes. Inspiration came from the fact that it's very difficult for indie artists to release music in China. If you're not part of a label, it's virtually impossible because you need to go through the approval process and you need a publishing partner for that. And as an indie artist, where do you start? And because my heart is all for indie artists, I did Artists First before I did 88. I wanted to put together a semi-automated service that makes it easy for artists to access the Chinese market. And the name, inspiration, name comes from 8 being a lucky number in China, standing for luck and prosperity.
And so, can you tell us a little bit about how the semi-automated service works? It's basically tying together different back-end systems in order to create, be able to funnel through independent artists' music to the appropriate channels, get it translated, and then ready for approval by the Chinese government.
Exactly. What you can do is you can buy different packages, and those packages will get you a long way, right? So first package is just the translation, and you can promote yourself. And then you have the second package, which will go put you through approval and a digital release on certain platforms like Sina.com for digital downloads. And the third one is including mobile downloads. And that's actually one thing in China that works and where money can be made, because there's a lot of mobile services available now and people are starting to use that. And when you say people are starting to use that in China, it means a lot of people are starting to use that.
Can you tell us a little bit about your affiliated, the organization that you're affiliated with inside of mainland China and how they're working to facilitate kind of a lot of the red tape?
Yes. Well, we are lucky actually in that sense because SSCEG is part of a very powerful media company called Shanghai Media Group. They are government endorsed, and the new revolutionary thing is that they basically are working on a semi-approval process. They can decide for themselves what they want to approve and what not, which means that the time of approval, will be shortened massively. And they also keep track of the tracks once they are released through a code, which means the government will control this code, and if they find websites that offer coded music for free, they will ask either the websites to pay or to close them.
Can you tell us a little more about this code? Because kind of at the heart, it seems like it does enable kind of a tracking from. And so, is this feasible in other markets, or is this something that just because of the strict nature of the internet in China is able to happen?
I'm sure that the Chinese colleagues are looking into rolling this out worldwide. Once you have technology, you can do that. But they first want to prove that it works on the Chinese market, which makes total sense. It's not cheap, and also not cheap to include that code into your releases. But we are taking care of that as part of the deal.
And so, say if I'm an independent artist, what are the incentives for me to come to your website and go through this, paying these fees, instead of trying to navigate the Chinese bureaucracy by myself?
Most likely you will be unsuccessful, and you don't want that, right? We are the first, and at the moment the only solution of getting into the Chinese market in an easy way. Uploading your content onto our website is very simple. Then the release basically happens automatically on the certain sales platforms, which you will see. Then you get your accountancy statements and the money. The most important thing is that you can access the Chinese market now, which before you could do it through piracy, pirated material. But as an artist, you are not only not benefiting financially, but also not promotionally. You have no idea where your stuff is.
I mean, it seems to me that if I'm a small independent band, that I'm not even. Maybe I don't have a large market share in my home market, but I think that my sound is right for China, but nobody's heard of me at home. How can I get then promoted inside of mainland China?
Markets are very localized in China, and you have to get onto certain portals that will promote your music through charts and recommendations. One of the biggest ones of those is Sina.com, and we have a special partnership with them. We want to increase and sign up more partnership sites because we know how important promotion actually is. good thing is that we've just started out, and as an artist, if you come on now, you have an advantage per se because we are young and have just started, right?
Can you tell us a little bit about the translation component of it? And so you're affiliated with different universities, language departments inside of different universities. How did you kind of set that up?
We had the idea and we thought about how to tackle that problem, because it is a problem. Those translations need to be done manually, so anything Google Translate is not allowed, and you cannot possibly pay professional translators to do that all day. Also, the amount of lyrics that you want to push through the system don't actually allow for somebody to work on that fully. So we wanted to create a workflow system whereby we have translators who can sign up into our system and then check lyrics and translate lyrics whenever they want, wherever they want, and we can account the money with the university and they pay according to our standards. And I think this was a little bit a stroke of genius in that thinking, because now we've created a market advantage that a lot of other businesses want to take on as well, who want to push music and lyrics through our system, and that was an unsuspected move.
What advice do you have to the independent bands that now have access to the world's largest emerging consumer market?
It's very simple. The biggest advice is don't expect anything, right? But what you should do is you make sure that you are available. That's the point. The prices that we are charging are not high. So if a band, when you set up today, you make sure you appear on iTunes, you have your own website, all the digital things you have ready, and this is another part, that you should take care of. If you spend $150 for that, do it.